Kia ora. In today's news, Labour MP Larissa Wall has reiterated her message to religious opponents that they have nothing to fear from her marriage amendment bill. The proposed legislation is going through its first reading in Parliament tonight. During a rally outside Parliament today, she was met by a small number of protesters from a Korean church. Ms Wall told them they don't need to fear what her bill will do.
Be able to, as Christians, continue to define marriage for what it means to you. But please enable your fellow New Zealand citizens to get a licence from the state to celebrate the love that they have for each other.
However, Pastor Louis Bonifacio, who represents a group of ministers from Ms Wall's own electorate, says the bill should be withdrawn. He says marriage is defined as a union between a man and a woman and there's no need to redefine it. And there's concern that MPs haven't done enough to get the views of their electorate when it comes to marriage equality. Conservative Party leader Colin Craig doesn't think today's vote will be an accurate reflection of society.
My biggest concern is the MPs who are just not consulting with their electorates at all. They're being swayed by those who lobby with them directly, and we see that as the key point in terms of going forward on this one.
Many residents along the US Gulf Coast have opted to ride Hurricane Isaac out in shelters or at home. The storm made landfall in southeast Louisiana this afternoon. It's one day short of the eve of the devastating Hurricane Katrina's 7th anniversary. Isaac spans 300 kilometres from its centre and has zeroed in on New Orleans. It's brought with it sustained winds of more than 100 kilometres an hour and torrential rain. Local resident Ronnie Smith says he might as well be in Louisiana as anywhere else.
Where do I go? California's on fire. Other places have tornadoes. We have hurricanes. Where do I go?
230 miners at Solid Energy's Spring Creek mine have been told work is to stop almost immediately. Another 63 mining jobs are going at the company's Huntley East mine, plus around 60 contractors at the mine's ventilation upgrade project, who will also lose their work. Solid Energy is also reducing capital expenditure by around $100 million in the current financial year. The man dubbed the Beast of Blenheim has told correction officials that he plans to keep to himself. Stewart Wilson was moved to a self-care unit on Whanganui prison land early this morning. Wilson's told staff he has no intention of going into the community in the near future. People aged over 65 could make up a sixth of New Zealand's workforce by 2036. The predictions on the back of new figures out today, which show the country's labour force is projected to keep growing, driven by an increasing population. It also shows people will continue to work into older ages. Currently, 5% of the labour force is made up by people aged over 65, but that could ramp up to 15% within the next 25 years. will.i.am has become the first musician in history to have a song played on another planet. His latest single, Reach for the Stars, has premiered on Mars. NASA transmitted the song through its Curiosity rover, which landed there earlier this month. Finally, an 83-year-old American flight attendant has made it into the Guinness Book of Records. Ron O'Connor has been recognised as the longest-serving flight attendant of any US carrier. He finally ended his 63-year career last weekend. Well, they tell me the emergency exits are there and there. So thanks for watching. From all of us on the news team, ka kite anō, ka nui ngā karere mātua mai te whare kōrero o rima. Mauri ora.